Let's go! So, Arkansas fans, let's have an honest conversation about Bobby Petrino's role at this program. I'm going to give you my honest, brutal thoughts at the end because he is coaching at an unreal level. Taylen, of course, playing at an unreal level. We know the shallow drag to Omega Blake has been such a profitable play, in particular early in Arkansas games. You saw this variation versus UAPB, and Omega, that is just nasty stuff, making a guy miss and picking up a first down. Alrighty, so we get to me, one of the best play designs you will ever see. So Arkansas, first and 10, you're probably thinking that they're going to run the football. They have a very heavy personnel out here with a fullback and a tight end. So what do? Well, the fullback is the lead blocker on this play in the eyes of the defense. But he's actually the one who's going to end up catching this football. So Taylen Green, play action fake on the outside zone handoff. And now this group of backers thought at first that this fullback was a lead blocker. Now he's past him. Backside safety sees it late, and he knows he's in trouble because these two corners, or this corner and this safety, they are occupied by the verticals. Now, where this gets complicated for this play to work is that you do have a lot of traffic to sort through, right? You have this deep post running into the fullback's deep post right here. So this is really good stuff right here by Omega Blake to slow down to let this runner have all this space to work with, right? So he slows down. Taylen also does a good job seeing this early and not waiting for this to just get wide open. This is a good job by Taylen trusting the play. And guess what? While it is an easy read, it's still a ridiculous piece of play calling. There's just not a lot of people that are scheming things up like this where guys are this open. It's ridiculous. You will notice that I am not breaking down the Taylen Green interception that is currently on your screen because we have it exclusively for our members, and I think there's something from this play that Notre Dame will use to exploit Arkansas. Okay, so if you're not going to give me something as an elite receiver, I need you to give me something as a blocker. This is a perfectly designed run play. The problem is you have a wide receiver making a key block on a linebacker. We just need this to be made, and Jaylen Brown is not a big guy, right? You can see he kind of patty cakes his way into this block, and he gets knocked back that far. And a better block right here is creasing this play for a big gain. Instead, it's just a medium gain. So Arkansas is running towards the edges better than pretty much anyone in college football. And the reason they do such a good job of this is they are really good at allowing unblocked pressure or unblocked defenders into the fit and just allowing them to take themselves out of the play. So you're just trusting, leaving him unblocked, that you're able to get it around. And the good thing about leaving him unblocked is all these guys are free to get up to the second level and make blocks. So you're essentially allowing yourself a +1. And it's really, really, really well done right here by Zero, Big Braylon Russell. This looks like a Salt Bowl game. And look at that. Nasty stuff. But do you want to see what elite quarterback play looks like? Okay, so Taylen looks like he starts off looking left. No, he's looking right the entire time. And look at this. He wants to throw the football here to 3. Okay? It's not there. So what does he do? He stops, allows 3 to get into the next window, resets. Good wide base right there. Boom. Nasty stuff. Really, really, really good quarterbacking, and Brown 3 is a good player. Then Arkansas decides to run a variation of Yankee, which is a play action deep shot with max protection, right? You have a deep vertical being run here, and then you have a deep post being run as well, okay? And looking at this a few times over, your first read, or it just depends on whichever one opens up, it does look like Jaylen Brown is wide open, But it's a little bit different on this concept, right? This is Jaylen Brown over here. So, yeah, that is a touchdown. But the only reason he's wide open is that Taylen started looking at Omega Blake for that long, and that safety peels off. You would really need another angle. So, yeah, you would like to say that you would throw that, but it's a lot harder than it looks. That needs to be caught. Give the safety a lot of credit for batting it loose there at the last second, but still, that's a ridiculous throw. Taylen Green is the opposite of Tyreek Hill. His pullout game is incredible. Look at this, okay? All these defenders are running with Braylon Russell. That's a really good pull read right there by Taylen, letting the in crash down. And look at all that space for Taylen to run through. Really, really, really good stuff. And, of course, Taylen's going to make the first guy miss in the open field. Nasty work. Guess what? You do it again, all right? Look at this. Nasty stuff. In crashes in. Taylen pulls this to the outside, and he has all this space to work with. I mean, it's redunculous, all right? And remember what we talked about earlier. This Arkansas defense does a really good job of leaving certain guys unblocked. So you can see Posky really didn't block 3, and that allows him to climb to the second level. It's a good job by 83, passing this off to Posky, the transfer from Texas A&M. We would like to see a little bit better there, but it's still good enough, and Taylen falls forward for all these extra yards. And then you get this right here. You get a little lucky that the defensive line is slanting away from where the zone blocking scheme is heading, okay? And when you slant away from it, this is a good job right here by Carmona on the backside. Once he feels that DT is cross face and he feels that these two guys are right here, let's just seal them. Okay, that's perfect. And then you would like this pass off to be a little cleaner. You go up against a better run stuffing in like a Jack Pyburn of LSU. He's probably making this play. So if I'm 50, I need to secure this double a little bit more because you see 76 is a player who struggled quite a bit for Arkansas. This end is able to cross face, and you might have gotten away with one right there. Then I give Jaylen Brown credit. He missed a block earlier in this. This time he has a critical block. Did he get away with a little bit of a tug? Maybe. But still, it's a tutty. Really, really, really good stuff right there for the Hogs. Taylen is just seeing the game really well. And Bobby's doing a good job on first down mixing up the play calls, right? So they're trying to get exotic up front with their backers. One of the best things you could do is just throw it quickly to the running back out of the flats, right? Good stuff right there. Braylon Russell, not really known for being a pass catcher. Nasty stuff. And, man, that's a tough guy to tackle if you're a DB. So the Arkansas running backs are thicker than a cheeseburger at Hugo's. And, man, this is so tough to tackle. Now, once again, if I'm 50 on these outside runs, moving forward, a good coaching point, I've got to help 76 a little bit more, right? He's just not a good player, okay? But I want you to remember these outside zone runs, okay? This seems like it's nothing, but look at this from Braylon Russell. This is just a nasty finish on this run. He picked up an extra 4 that weren't even there. And this is really good by Taylen Green, reading leverage to the top of the screen, okay? So this DB, there's no way he's going to get out to Omega Blake's outside shoulder, okay? You can see here there's a bit of a half beat, a little hitch, if you will, but look at that ball location. Boom, okay? Obviously, you want that ball out maybe on that first little hitch, but still, really good throw, really good catch. So, once again, Taylen Green playing really, really, really well. In theory, you would not think that this dig over the middle is going to be open with the safety right there, but he's so far back that Taylen knows he can fit this ball in there, okay? Second thing is mechanically, this is all a lot better. The drop, the feet aren't shuffling. It's just a good base. One thing Taylen would struggle with is putting too much weight on that front leg from time to time. I'm not a QB mechanics expert by any stretch of the imagination. I might be totally wrong on that, but still, everything is just looking so good for him. Alrighty, Arkansas fans, I'm looking for another partner for our film studies. We love our friends at Sequoia Dental, but we are growing. And if you want to help grow your business, whether it be in Arkansas or nationwide, feel free to hit me up at Carter the Power, because this right here will be teach tape for something called sequencing. Okay, this is a simple outside zone handoff to the left. Okay, once again, one thing I really love about Arkansas's outside zone concepts is they're willing to take a risk. Okay, and that risk is we are going to let your defensive end unblocked through here. Okay, so if that's the case, this handoff needs to be really clean, and we need our running back to hit this edge. Okay, you're able to do just that. Okay, no wasted movement. All right, now what I want you to remember about this play, it's not that it's really well blocked. It's not that 51 has been an all SEC level player. You can see why here with the perfect block on 23 at the second level. That's another benefit of that defensive end crashing in, is that allows my left tackle to climb quicker versus a quicker player, and then I have a leverage advantage or a weight advantage, if you will. And look at all this meat, okay? Y'all, I know this gets paused all the time, and people, make jokes about my love for thickness, but thickness matters in the SEC. It's a force equals mass time acceleration league. Look at it, a big receiver, big tight end, fullback. Look at Carmona climbing all the way to the second level. Look at this, okay? Now, once again, your weakness is the right tackle. He's on his ass. But this is just ridiculous stuff. It's ridiculous. Now, what I want you to do is not focus just in on this. Okay, so the very next play, you get, to me, the sexiest sequencing run design play I have seen in the entire SEC this year. I mean, it's so good. It is so good. All right. So I want you to think about football. If you were to watch just a random YouTube clipping of this game, the play before might not be included in the actual highlight reel, but the play before is what actually really helps set up the play after. So you as a defense on this drive, you have seen two outside zone handoffs. You've seen one to the right with Braylon Russell, and you've seen one to the left with Mike Washington. So as a defense, if you see that these defensive linemen or offensive linemen are taking a zone block step to the right, you're thinking that it's going to be a zone handoff to the right. Okay? The last thing you're going to think is it's going to be a jet sweep handoff to the tight end. What makes this so unfreaking believably difficult to stop is normally tight ends motion pre-snap behind the line of scrimmage. They do it all the freaking time just to get an extra blocker on one side. So there's two huge pieces of deception. Number one is the zone blocking step to the right, okay? When you just saw an outside zone handoff to the left, okay? The second part of deception of this play is a tight end taking a jet sweep handoff, basically right here, okay? Boom, all right? Now watch what actually happens to the defense. The play side end is like, I'm tired as hell of them hitting us with zone runs to the right or to the left. He just leaves his responsibility altogether, and he's sprinting all the way here to the right side. As is this linebacker, as is this backer, as is this defensive tackle, as is this play side defensive tackle as well. Taylen does a really good job selling this fake. Mike does a really good job of holding out this fake. Look at this. It should give you chills. I don't care if you're an Arkansas fan. I'm not an Arkansas fan. This is ridiculous. Y'all, this is so unfreaking ridiculous. And the reason why it's so damn good is that you get one extra bit of nuance here. You leave the corner unblocked, right? Because if this play is going to work, the tight end is probably hitting it up in here. So we're adding an extra blocker to the only guy who can make this play. And guess what? It's not even run in that cleanly. 88 had all different types of real estate. He runs it to his own guy, and he's basically still able to score this untouched. Ridiculous. You see how hard that is to stop and how genius you have to be as a play caller to actually do this very thing. Alrighty, so Bobby calls the most basic concept here. You saw the magical things in that last play breakdown. This time you're just running mesh, and well, it's tough. Okay, and Palmer did a really good job in the breakdown of showing that the safety did get clipped. That's part of the benefits of mesh is that guys are just going to run into each other. Sometimes it's your own receivers. For my Swifties out here, you know that. You listen to New Heights. That's how Travis Kelce hurt Xavier Worthy because the mesh distance wasn't great. He should have had more depth. This is just a nasty stiff arm right here. It's crazy that, a lot of people freaked out over Luke Haas leaving. And, well, looks like you're not missing him. Platt looks like he's a more athletic version of him. And this should have been a touchdown. Okay, so I understand. I was shocked on the replays. We never actually got a replay of this angle right here. No, he's short. They got it right. Let me see. Let me see. Yeah, he's short. Man, this might be up there in my favorite Bobby Petrino called game. Like, it really was that good. Taylen should be in the Heisman discussion after next week. If he beats Notre Dame, then he definitely needs to move to the top of the list. He's really playing that well. It's not just Bobby. This isn't just a Bobby Glaze. This is actually, I think I have a friend named Bobby Glaze. He lives in Camden. Shout out Native Dog. But I just don't know how you let him leave if you want to move on from Sam Pittman. So I understand there's extra politics involved if you actually want Bobby Petrino to be your head coach. But and it would be a brand new quarterback, obviously, next year. He's so good. Like, he is so unfreaking believably good. You could argue he is the best play caller in the history of the modern SEC. So you guys let me know down below. Floating in your face some other breakdowns. It's Power Hour SEC. Boom! Tonight, we're doing pizza. Let's go.